Welcome back, everybody. 2026 season part 2. We're going to be getting into what's going to be different for the second half of the year. As we've talked in my last video, moving to Chicago here in now about 2.5 weeks. But first, we're heading out to Grodio. So starting all my packing, the bike's packed and downstairs. Going through my packing list right now, just making sure I got everything. I'm going to be out there for like 4 days of riding, 5 days total, so excited for it. Last year only got to do the Grodio ride itself and then the shakeout, so excited to do a bit more riding this year. But yeah, let's get into second half of the season. What was originally planned, what we're going to be changing, and yeah, just kind of mindset changes too. So originally on the schedule was planning on doing let's see, Dust Bowl, Gravel Worlds out in Lincoln, USA Gravel Nats, and then Big Sugar. That was going to be kind of the main races that I was doing. But with the move up to Chicago, we're going to change some things up. Getting back into some crit racing. Intelligentsia Cup, or Chicago Grit as it's called now, is right by where I live, or will be living, right by where I'll be working. So going to be doing 3 of those events: Lombard, Brookfield, and Fulton Market. Dust Bowl is that week as well, so I'll be doing Lombard and Brookfield, I believe they're Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll have Thursday, Friday off. Dust Bowl Saturday, drive home, race Fulton Market on Sunday. Then 2 weeks after that, we'll be doing Little Apple Gravel, which is the Illinois State Gravel Championships. I've done that race in the past, but I'll actually be eligible for state championships. Gravel Worlds is the 22nd of August. Unsure if I'm going to be doing it yet. Really just kind of depends on how life settles in with the move, with the new job. If I feel like I can train for it, we'll still do it. But if I don't, still 150-mile race, still potentially 7, 8, 9-hour day if things go wrong. So I don't want to do that unless I'm fully committed to it. A week after that, August 30th, Boone County Road Race, Illinois State Road Race Championships. If I'm going to be an Illinois resident again, let's go for some state championships. So we'll get back on the road. September 12th is going to be Gravel Nationals up in La Crosse. Excited for that. Honestly, at this point, that's probably the new goal race for the rest of the year. Would really like to have a good showing there. So September 12th, Gravel Nationals. And then finish off the season at Big Sugar once again. Was sad to miss it last year being at Worlds, but excited to be back. And that's the whole second half of the season. Mentality changes, training changes. Gonna have to get creative. My work schedule will be a bit different. Having a larger commute will be a bit different. So I'm gonna take probably the first month or so, probably through Dust Bowl. Just kind of play it by ear. Work with Chandler loosely on training, but really not sticking. I'm really not having him do a full-out plan just because so many things will be variable. So I'll probably kind of wait and see what I think my training schedule is going to be able to look like, or training availability. And then once I know that, we'll start really training again, or structure training for him. Right now, I'll just be self-coached with his guidance. Mentality changes. Mentally, just kind of want a bit of a reset. Even little stuff like intuitive eating, I've kind of gotten back to. I still record it on a journal, but not tracking, not weighing. Pretty much have weighed everything and tracked everything for the last year. Wanted just a bit of a mental change on that. Same with the training. I wanted a bit of a mental break, mental change. I think this year more than any, I've really struggled with just mental fatigue. Not so much physical, but a lot of mental fatigue, which is everything that's gone on. And trying to reignite that flame a little bit for that second half of the year. But regardless, I'm excited for it. It's a lot of changes in my life, a lot of changes in racing that will allow me to find new Kyle, I guess. Try to teach old dog new tricks. I've been training hard for the last 6 years, and maybe it is time to try something new, try something different. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, we get ready for Grodio. Most fun event I do all year, honestly. Super excited to get back out there, hang out with all the great people over at ENVE, check out the factory. We got a great group of guys going over from Indy and just all around. So really excited to get some riding in, some good riding in. We'll be filming, of course, throughout. But yeah, that's all I got. Short and sweet. 2026 part 2. I will catch you guys after Grodio.